Today's video, my review of my brand new backpack. It's from Range Outdoors. It's an Australian owned company, and this is called the MR40 Backpack, which stands for mid-range 40 liter. So stick around and we'll go through the review of the pack. So the pack dimensions: 450 high, 320 wide, and 200 deep. So there's lots of space in this 40 liter pack here. Really quickly, it's got the roll top, so I can extend this all the way up here. If I don't need to utilize all the space, I could basically just roll this down and have some savings there on pack efficiency. 500 denier Cordura material, YKK zips, and you've also got here Duraflex buckles, and you do have various drainage grommets on the bottom here to keep the moisture out of the pack. Here's a great example right there. Molle compatible on the front and both sides of the pag here for additional pouches or attachments. 2 zippered pockets in the front, one right here and one right here for storing extra kit on the outside. And it's got some Velcro here to keep your morale patches on the front of the pack if you want a little extra flash. Grab handle on the top of the pack here. The shoulder straps are adjustable, and what I really like about this is it actually has a removable waist pack. So if you don't want this on, you would just pop out the Velcro, take it out, and now you're just using the shoulder packs for support. If you're like me and you like to carry heavier loads, or prepare for an overnighter or two in case of emergency, then you've got this on here and you've got a lot more comfort when you're hiking for extended periods. Pack also has 2 compression straps here for your bedroll or your tent. The pack also has an internal frame with the horizontal stay. Some guys have taken this, pieces out and basically modified it or contoured it to their style. Me personally, I just left it as is, right in the pack. I haven't had any issues with it from a comfort standpoint. So for all intensive purposes, I've just left this alone. But it's a very, very rigid piece of material here to keep the frame pack nice and sturdy. Now, another great feature about this pack is if you're looking to go from 40 liters all the way up to 55 liters, because of the molle compatibility and the external attachment points, you are able to turn this pack from a 40 liter all the way up to a 55 liter. Right now, I've actually got an add-on right here. It's called the Loady. It basically has the straps come up here through the molle. It buckles on to the side. This gives me an extra 5 liters. And I just use it to keep my fire kit in there and my gloves, which I've already got taken out of the pack. So right now we're 45 liters. Not shown. I'm going to put a link in the description to the Bolt 10. The Bolt 10 is an extra 10 liters that basically bolts right onto the top here. And now I'm rocking a 55 liter pack. Or I can just remove this and remove the Bolt 10 and just go with the 40 liters. As far as what's in the pack, I've got Field of Heat. It's my thermoset rest. I've got a fire tinder pouch, a very large possibles pouch from Range Outdoors, my titanium stove, gloves, canteen and cook set, my frying pan. It's a bit dirty because I just finished a cook up. I've got my Anchor PowerPort solar charger so I can keep filming out here in the winter. Knife, axe, camera, saw. So that's basically what you can squeeze into the pack for a day hike and potentially even an overnighter. And I've still got space with the 2 zippered pouches in the front. And right here I've got my first aid kit. You've probably been taking a gawk at my finger, wondering what happened. I just gave it a little scratch on a branch. But when I finish this video, I'll be pulling the first aid kit out. I'm putting a little Band-Aid on my boo-boo. And I've got a second pouch down here. And this is where I get into the more long-term stay survival items. I've got a survival poncho, got a cheap dollar store emergency shelter, and I've got another emergency shelter out here as well. So sort of little odds and ends that I keep in the pack on the survival front. They don't take up any of the main space. They just stay here, and in the event I need them, like now, just to clean this up and put a little band-aid on the boo-boo, it's out of the way and it's not taking up space in the main pack. The pack also has 2 side pockets here, one on each side to store your axe, your saw. I've actually, what I do is I keep my saw, my axe, and actually 2 knives on one side. It's got so much space, I haven't had a need to fill out the other side of the pack here, but it's a fantastic feature for bringing along your axe and saw. Here's the pack, all loaded up. So I got all my gear inside here with the axe and the saw in the side pockets, and basically just ready to throw that on my shoulder and head back out, back to the truck and call it a day. So I hope you enjoyed the review. Fantastic pack so far. Obviously, you know, the $1 million question is how it holds up over time. The endurance and the durability of the pack is something I'm going to be, paying attention to over the course of the lifetime of the pack. And I'll do a long-term review once I basically had this out and had an opportunity to beat the snot out of it in the bush over the course of a full winter and summer season. But so far, it's an excellent pack. Lots of storage options. You're looking at 45 liters right now, and what you're not seeing is the extra 10 liters that I can get on the top with the Bolt 10 edition. And that's the High Range Outdoors MR40.